Hello, hello. I've returned. Okay, so the money's dealt with. Let me just deal with my mailbox very quickly. I really didn't need to order these things, but I did anyway. So, whatever. Okay, so this will be my last stream. Crazy, I know. But I'm at the point where I've got everything I need to get. I've been trying to think what I should do for the stream. Because I'm not really prepared. I've prepared in-game, you know, but I haven't prepared for the actual, like, stream. So, like, you know, my dream code's up. My island, I'm pretty happy with where it is right now. I don't know. I do not know. So yeah, everything's... Oh, I forgot. I got rid of that. I got rid of my little land bridge, which is there for efficiency's sake. And yes, I could have just vaulted over, but... whatever. So yeah, it's been a long time. It's been so long, I don't even remember what my main motivation for streaming this was. I was just like, oh, there's a new Animal Crossing game. Let's stream it every day because I want to complete it or something. Because I didn't even want to complete it when I started. So now that's why I'm confused. You know, like I've kind of looked at the game in like different eras. There are different eras or arcs. I've gone through a lot of those with the game. And I've kind of tried to like roughly do it in my head, but I don't have like a full timeline that I can put on screen. I'm a little lazy, so I didn't want to do that. But basically, yeah, I kind of want to just go through like what I've done because this is it. And there's a couple ways I could do it. Like before I get into anything, I will just say, you know, like I validated. On Sunday, I validated my catalog. I used videos, and then I went through the videos to, like, I scanned them into the website, and then I went through the website for all the items that have different variants, you know, different colors, to confirm that I have the right number. So I'm like triple sure that I have all of the stuff in my catalog, and I had this rule, and it was that for any item that I couldn't regularly customize, I needed to have all of its different variants as individual items. So I went through a bunch of that yesterday, and it's confusing because like there's so many recipes, and if you can craft a recipe, you can customize it, so that doesn't count. And a lot of the event items even allow you to customize them. I forgot until I looked into it yesterday. Like the festival items, you can customize the color with a rainbow feather. So those don't even count. Even though I do have one of each, and they are out. Just I wanted them all in my storage. So I ordered extra Nook Stop items, because I have a problem. Yeah, so really there's not that many. It's like there's the birthday items, there's the recycling bin items, there's the mom items, and there's the Nook Stop items. Those are like the 4 main groups of weird, hard to get, non-regularly customizable things that you can't order. It's such a weird, like, you can't order it, you can't customize it, has to be through Cyrus, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. There's day one player. I started day 1. There you go. It's been 2 years since I caught all the fish. It's been that long since I finished all the Nook Miles. Yikes. Where's not this. There's those ones are easy, these ones are easy. Anything that was done in 20, you know, that's easy. Castmaster, okay, so that's probably one of the last ones I got. Like, all these are done. But yeah, most of these were done in, like, 22 by the end. Well, most of them are done, like, 20 or 21. But, like this, right? So, like, even then, like, that doesn't tell too much. Because I'm done most of those, like, 2 years ago. So that's only half the story. So, like, obviously we have my island now. I will put my dream code online. I'll put all this stuff out. I have uploaded all of the VODs of my streams. They aren't up in public yet, but they will be soon. So there'll be a massive playlist with all my videos for the insane people who would actually want to sit through and watch all of them, considering it's like 1,000 hours probably of streams, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. If you look at me in game, there we go. No, no, my friend code. Uh-oh. I did the thing I always forget to do. Oh no, I gotta change my friend code again now. Uh-oh. There you go. It was there for a brief second. And when I say it was there, I mean my hours played. I have 1,120 hours now. And, you know, the majority of those are on stream. Very rarely did I go on off stream to do something. If I did, it would have been to, like, clean up my storage or something like that. And that doesn't include all the time played on my other characters, which I can't track because I didn't make accounts, and you can't track hours if you don't have an account. And I also deleted half of them, so that doesn't matter. So yeah, I was thinking I could just talk about the eras, or crazier idea, we can go through my screenshots. I did do a quick look through these, and I deleted a couple that, like, weren't necessary or random. Because, you know, it's not just there. Like, see, Super Mario, Odyssey, yeah, okay. So there you go. This is me on day one. Look at that island. Look at it. There's me catching a sea bass. Look at that. One of the first things I did. You know, the funny thing about when I started streaming is that I didn't have a capture card, and I actually streamed, I, like, plugged my Switch into my Xbox One in, like, the HDMI in port or something, because there's a port that goes out to a TV, and then there's an in that's meant to be for your TV, so your Xbox could, like, play your TV, because they were, like, big on, you know, watching TV and playing games at the same time. So I streamed like that for a couple weeks. It was a little scuffed. There was a couple, you know, like, it wasn't the perfect frame rate. It wasn't super smooth, but it worked for a bit. There you go. I made a scuffed little Triforce and Hollow Knight thing. You know, we got Nook's Cranny. This is just like to look at my island, like, over the years, because there's stuff that I've forgotten about, like this. Why did I block off that room with a couch? Why? Why did I do that? And that's how did I do that? Is that, like, possible? Like, that's like 2 days in. How did that happen? How did I have turnips already? What day did this game come out? I know what day. Obviously. But, like, what day of the week was it? March? Oh, that's 21. Come on. Pick the right year. March 20th was a Friday. So, I guess I made up a decent amount of money those first few days. Because I was definitely, like, putting a lot of time into fishing and stuff. So I got some turnips. We got our museum. Look at it. Blathers, best boy. Love Blathers. You know, we had Aurora for a while. Here's an island. What kind of island is this? Is this a tarantula island? It is. I always said Tarantuda or something. I said something stupid. I don't know why. I guess I got a tarantula island 3 days in. Kind of crazy. It's a big deal back in the day. This is a big deal back in the day. So there you go. There's my tarantula inventory. I got it so early I couldn't even have a full 40 slot inventory. What a waste. Absolute tragedy. So I made a decent amount of money there. Foolish me. selling them to them instead of Flick because I could have doubled my profit. Huh. Can you believe me? Ridiculous. There's Aurora's house. There's a money tree. Making more money. This is my house. Yeah, I guess this was my first house. Oh, wow. It's so weird. Like, I forgot. I think I did this as a funny joke because I saw this somewhere online. I think like the whole like, oh, invite someone over and then block them so you can have just a little trading thing. I think I was making a social distancing joke, being like, no, 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 you can't actually come on the island. You can put your stuff here and I'll collect it and we'll trade. It was funny. So I guess that's how I got peaches because I started off with pears. And I think another friend had apples, except my sister fruit was apples. Because your islands have sister fruits. If you go onto the Nook Mile Islands, there's a random one that's the sister fruit island. So I had pears as my main, and then apples there, and then I got peaches from a friend. I don't remember everything because there we go. We got Pango, we got Punchy. That was like 8 days in. That's crazy. First coelacanth, almost a week in. There's a bunch of money. Crazy me. Where did I get all that? I don't know. Maybe turnips. I did buy them. And then I was doing this. I was marking my trees to begin with. This is a thing that I picked up like in Wild World, I think. I marked all my trees, maybe, with patterns. So I just like color swapped the default one so I knew what was what. I'm a funny one. There you go. There's me with more turnips. I don't know what I'm doing here. That's great. Sahara's just chilling there. We got another house. Don't know what's going there. Able Sisters open. Just over a weekend. Quilson in the background. Now, there's like a set order to your villagers showing up for people who don't know or have forgotten. I could tell you the exact one, but I forgot exactly how it works. You have your two starting villagers who are a jock and sisterly, I think. I mean, that's what mine were. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then you get like normal, peppy, and lazy. And then you get a couple more. And then your campsite one is going to be a smug one, I think. And it'll just be a random smug one. So, like, some people got Raymond and they're like, oh my gosh, I got Raymond. Oh, wow. Not a Raymond fan. I'm a Raymond hater, by the way. Overrated. It's just a cat. And there's so many cats in the game. Why are there so many cat villagers? But I got Quilson, and I hated him, and I wanted him to leave immediately. So that was fun. And then I got Goldie, who is one of my favorites back in Wild World. I was very excited that I saw her. When she moved in. There's Zipper. Now Bunny Day. Bunny Day year 1 was a different time. It was crazy. The rates on everything were nuts. Like nuts. Also, yeah, I guess all that money I got was not from turnips, but there you go. That's my first turnip haul. So, 4 mil in a week and a half, 2 weeks, not bad. Back when I was making money. Didn't do that as much later. What? I don't know what that's about. Why am I saying why is that a thing? That is not my island. Where's this? Okay, this is me. There's a picture of my island at one point. Yeah, that's right. I had the tier 3 and tier 2 in the north section, which I still more or less kept, but I edited. But the one on the left, I just flattened that. I don't know. I liked it. I was like, yeah, let's just make the island flat. Who needs layers? Who needs depth? Crazy talk. Oops. So yeah, I remember. Oh, did I do like a? Yeah, I did this. Look at that. So that's 6:40. There's like 10 minutes later. There's like, oh my gosh, that was like a 3-4 hour stream or something. Wait, it's almost 11 o'clock. Wait, wait a minute. I played for like 4 hours that day. Yeah, back in the day, I played a lot. But if I had things to do, I did them. Now I think this is where I got the golden slingshot, but I could be wrong. I got very close to it, maybe. So there's an interesting thing, and it's not that interesting, but I say that because that's just how I started the sentence. Um, but I think it's like what from 11 to 11. See, here's the problem. I know all this information, but I haven't had to use it in the longest time, so I'm trying to remember it, and I might be right or wrong or like mostly right. But I think it's from 11 to 11. There's 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. and your presence will come from a certain direction between those hours. It's something like that, or it's 6. It's a certain time, and at that time, it's a 12-hour period. And I think each island it's different. So at night, also hello, hi, yo. At night, my presents come from the west. So I was terraforming over here for like hours, right? Um, and I just kept seeing so many Bunny Day balloons because they come way quicker than the other ones, and they're way more often. They're way more guaranteed to show up. So I got like my balloon milestone. Am I gonna lose my spot? Yeah, I lost my spot. Shoot. That's okay. Just don't worry. I'll do my best to read the messages there. Can I find the balloon one? Balloon. You can see I got April 4th. Where is the balloon one? Am I crazy? Or is it, yeah, was that and the shooting star thing? Where's the shooting star thing? Where? Raining treasure, there you go. So April 1st, I had 100, and then 3 days later, I had shot down 200 more balloons, which is crazy. And then there's like the star one. I got the star one the first day because it was like a meteor shower, and I didn't realize. I didn't realize that it capped, and I just kept wishing upon them. And again, it was the same thing. It was because it was at night, and I was just there for hours. It was just funny how it worked out that way. Okay, so where am I? Spoilers. Uh-oh. Don't look there. We're looking like here at my map. Yeah, this thing. Okay. So yeah, I basically spent like hours just leveling that and shooting down balloons. And then I started putting some paths in. That's cool. Ooh, look at that. We're getting there. Then we had Jay. Jay was there for a bit. Okay, so here we go. This was me starting my orchard. You can see it's pretty big. Because I was like, yes, fruit trees. Fruit trees make you money. That's what I did in like a lot of them. I don't know. I never really did turnips in the other games, to be honest. So I was like, yeah, let's get fruit trees. That's a good idea. And there you go. There's my golden slingshot. And there you go. I started that next area. So it's kind of crazy that something I made like 4 years ago is still like very much the same. Like that path up to the beach, and then the path there, and then the path down to the little area, like that's all still the same. And then I forgot, like I had this like fence by my house down here, and that's where I kept all my turnips. And as a joke, not a joke, I didn't want anyone taking them. I fenced around it. My houses are just all over the place there. It's crazy. So unorganized. Awful. Absolutely awful. Okay, now here, there you go. You can see I had some water because I was like, you can see here, my island has already taken its form. And this is the form it would know for years to come. It's crazy that I just stuck with it. And you can see I started like that little patch there. I think that's like, yeah, I'm gonna put my house there. I think I'd already decided I'm gonna move the house there. Are you telling me that my house was just down here for like 2-3 weeks and that's it? That's crazy. I thought I moved it a couple times. I don't know. We're gonna find out. You see, there you could see that again. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so glad I took these pictures. Because even there, you can see that like there's no paths coming from resident services. And then here you can see like, yeah, I've got an airport path, and then there's paths out from there, and then I have that area for my house. And there you can see that we've expanded the paths a bit, and they're all lined up with one another. And that's on the 6th, and then that's on the 6th, like 40 minutes later. So you can see that that's looking a lot better. Got money. Got money. That's like the last debt, maybe? There's kicks. Okay, that's starting to come in a bit more too. I don't. There you go. More road. There's me getting the weeding challenge already. There's a mole cricket diving into a hole. I don't know. It's just funny. There's Celeste. There's me and a tarantula making money. Right. There's that. There's CJ. Okay, here you go. That's big progress. I had a bridge down there. I forgot I had that bridge down there because I got rid of it and then just like got rid of most of that water, and I just left it as a weird little awkward thing. So there you go. I really filled out like the paths down there. Oh shoot. I did the tier 2 thing over there at the top already. Man, I just made my island and I just stuck with it. Crazy how I commit to things and then just I'm like, nah, this is it now. It can't be changed. It can't be done. So there you go. Like you can see that I made that path out there. That's April 10th. What is this? Was this just my upstairs? And I was like, let me get some points. Yes, I think I just dropped everything I could. I think this is the first fishing tourney. Probably. I think the first fishing tourney for me didn't go very well. Cause I didn't have like I didn't do it with any friends. There you go. That's the 12th. That's like bunny day, bunny day. I got a ramp going up there. Staircase, probably. There you go. There's my staircase the next day. A little bamboo area. You can see there's still a fence to separate the two areas before I change that. Kicks is there again. There you go. There's me celebrating. There's a bunch of tarantulas. I don't know if that's because of a tarantula island or what. It might be. It's probably that. Man, I remember I would make them too. Oh, I remember I'd do that. You could make your own like pseudo tarantula island. You just have to like go to an island, cut down all the trees, like dig up a bunch of stuff, and oh, I'm so funny. Cringe. Oh no. Okay, there's me with my house. It's still down there. You can see my bunny day area, I think is there. I moved the campsite. Yeah, right. So like I did a bunch of juggling with all this stuff here. Like you can see like the stores there. I'm moving the store there, and then I'm moving the museum there. Yeah, I was juggling a bunch. There you go. I got 10 mil in the bank. Last home debt on the 16th, so a month in. And we saw KK already, so they know we got the credits. There's me. This is me. It's coming along. Okay, so this is very close to like the general idea of my island. We're almost there. There's one of my first rooms with Mr. Skeleton Man. What's the difference here? I don't know. Who cares? There, I'm putting a bridge in. That's and the house is moved. So that's an improvement. Okay, you can see that I'm already moving the houses into where they should be, right? Because I kind of had this house thing going on for the longest time. You can see that's starting to happen, it's starting to take effect. There's me with a 4-star. There's me thanking Mr. Skeletal. There's another ramp going in there. I don't know. Okay, there's me moving another house. The blue marlin, good old pier fish. There's my little skeleton place. Here's my trees. There's all the turnips I dropped outside. I love it. Okay, now this is another fun little time. So we're still like in the early month, and I'm 25 minutes into the stream, so this is gonna be a long one, I think. I don't know. It's gonna be it's gonna be a long time if I go through all these pictures and talk about stuff. But basically, in my first little arc, it was just like me playing the game. I didn't look anything up online for probably the first 2 or 3 months of me playing. I think. Except now I'm confused. Maybe I looked up flower breeding because this was how I was trying to breed flowers. Um, I don't know. Is that the upgrade? There's my house. There's some shrubbery. There's red. Okay, so here's the update. Now red's in the game. Got more skeletons there. Some funny joke. Mail island. Okay, there you go. There's my golden watering can. Just over a month in. Not bad. Not bad. Here you go. That's me moving my house. Classic Blathers. Blathering on. Gotta love it. I don't know what I was angry about there, but there you go. 18 mil. Stock market. Nature Day, which was removed the following year. If you didn't play in the first year, you'll never get to experience the fun that this was. Except maybe if you turn your clock back, it'll still work. I don't know. Hey, look at that. Is Coulson finally moving? That's great. There's the little Mayday thing. That was fun-ish. You can see this is really starting to take shape compared to like what it was. This is me doing more flower stuff. I think that might be more flower stuff. There you go. I'm starting to do the golden roses. There's my first one over there. I would go on to make 256. There's me finding Marina. There's me adding to the skeleton band. There's some flower breeding. So yeah, I wanted to get all the different flowers. Why? I don't know. I don't know what led me to get all the flowers. Maybe because of the recipes. Maybe because I just was like, yeah, let's get all the flowers. That'll be fun. I lucked out on the flowers, to be honest. You can see I have blue and orange roses there. Now the blue roses are actually very rare and they're kind of hard to get. And way back when, in like one of the original versions, there was a island you could go to, which was essentially a rare flower island, and on it, it had these orange roses. I think I'm correct in this. I don't know for sure. I think it had orange roses on the rare island, which had the right genes to breed blue roses. I think I think that's how it was. So I got blue roses without realizing how much work they were because I got that island. Because my town's native flower is the rose. Because that's another thing. Your town has native flowers. And there might be a sister flower. I don't remember. I think there is. I don't know. I think something like that. So yeah, that's how I got blue roses. So I didn't really have to work hard for them. But I still worked hard to get all the other flowers. This is it. Um this is me cloning. Yeah, this was me duplicating flowers. I just had a line near the airport because you can duplicate flowers if you water them and they aren't next to their own type. So I would do that. There's me continuing with my golden flowers. So there's a long period of time where I was working to get 256 golden flowers, which is just the number that worked based off of my like orchard size. Um, and They're a pain to get. It was a flex. In hindsight, if I went for blue roses, I could have just duplicated them and it would have saved me so much effort. But this was a flex, okay? It wasn't just about the money, it was about sending a message that I'm crazy and I put way too much time into this. So again, blue roses and gold roses both are worth 1,000 bells each, and a non-native fruit is worth 500 bells. Flowers regrow every other day. Meanwhile, the fruit will regrow on the third day. Yes. So flowers every 2, fruit every 3. So a fruit tree will drop 1,500 bells, but that's one input to shake and then three to pick them up. Meanwhile, you can just pick up a single flower and it's what's one input, and then it's quicker. So it's less effort and it's quicker. That's why I think they're the best option. Also, you can then craft them into recipes if you have them. Um, so you pick up 10 golden roses, 10 blue roses, you craft them into a crown or wreath or whatever it is, and then that doubles the money. So then 10k becomes 20k. Super easy, great, great. And if you somehow got a bonus day, that'd be nuts. So yeah, I don't know. I was just going off of golden roses for money. Um, and I would have like friends come over and water them. There's my first photo, I think. Um, there's me making money. Yeah, so like I had all these flowers. There was a lot going on. I don't know what I was doing at the time. I got money. So yeah, I'd have friends come over, and here's me just taking cute pictures of Zucker and Marina. There's Aurora's photo. There's a bunch of gold roses. But yeah, there's like a mechanic where like if you water flowers, then someone else waters them, increases the chances for them to breed or duplicate or do something. So did a lot of that. There's me with my first work on the photo room. There's everyone just looking cool. Okay, then they did like the little wedding celebration. That was kind of fun. But I think I did it like every day. I don't know. I did a lot. There's me getting like tons of fish. Look at me go. Because we're in June now. There's the crown. I had enough money, thankfully. There's me hanging out with my boys. Giant Trevally. What a pain. Okay, there you go. That's still coming along. Okay, Dorado, Arapaima. Are these same day? Wow, nice. That's same day too. What a day. Wait, I had another one of these already? What did I do with the second Trevally? I'm very confused. Don't mind me. Sucker just reading. Oh my gosh, the mammoth skull. This thing. Oh, this thing. Okay. Every arc that I went through essentially had one item that took forever to get and was always a pain. The mammoth skull was that for me, and my friends always would get it. They'd be like, "Oh, I've already found like 5 mammoth skulls," and be like, "Oh my gosh, just give me the skull." It took me like 3 months to get all the fossils, and I was just waiting on that one for the longest time. There's another pun from me this time. Um, now that's a funny little prank right there. Not a fan of Tammy, so I sent that one as a little joke. Oh, and then I had this little like recipe area for the longest time because way back when you couldn't store recipes in your storage, which is insane. Forgot about that. And I was like, yes, let's make this fun little rainbow block thing. Such a pain. I wasted so much wood. And then it was like, yeah, you don't need them. Ooh, and here's me making my little rock garden. This is a fun one. Little. I like. Oh, I'm like, yeah. Let's do a little finale stream. I'll like go through the memories. Then it's just like, hey, I'm gonna just spit out every fact or tip I have about the game. See, to move the rocks, if you break a rock, which you can do if you eat, it'll just spawn randomly in a location that's valid, and there are rules to deem what is valid or not. And I'm not gonna get into those, but like next to furniture is not valid or something, and then next to the road is maybe valid. I can't remember if that's the case. But if it's like next to flowers, it's valid because it's not actually blocking it. I think the road might block it, but the flowers don't. I don't know. Anyway, but what if there was only one valid spawn location, and that's this idea, and then you use like mannequins for a new random design, because you could just delete that design. It would like delete all the mannequins, so the cleanup would be super easy. But you like space them out through the entire island, and then you can break them, and then it will just show up. So that was fun. That's how I had my rock garden. You see, that's what I mean. Like I had all those. Another photo room coming along, rock garden coming along, Froggy. Okay, there's me getting the golden axe recipe in June. I think this is when I started looking stuff up because I don't think I knew how to get the golden axe, or I had an idea and then maybe someone confirmed it for me. I don't remember when I started reading things, to be entirely honest, but there you go. That's coming along. You can see the color scheme of my little areas coming along too. There's there's some of the golden roses. It's coming along. I was working on the golden roses for months then. Jeez. There's me getting stuff. Ooh, there's the flourish. My favorite reaction. It's my favorite reaction. I love it. There you go. I think my rock garden's done there. Um, See this looks a lot like my island now. Not quite, but it's pretty close. Real grass act. That's a good joke. Um, there's the cicadas. That's always fun. And Leathers reacting. That's always fun. Okay, there's the diving update. I feel like I've already missed some arcs. I don't know. I'm doing a very bad job, and I apologize. But basically, yeah, first 3 months was me just playing the game. I had no intention of like doing everything. I like wanted to complete the museum for sure, and I wanted to get all the golden tools. Like I had those ideas. I wasn't thinking about completing the catalog. I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, yeah, let's do what I can, Nook Mile wise. I wasn't planning to do them all. But then they added diving, and like I think this is around the time when I started looking stuff up. It was definitely in the summer at some point. Um, and you could see that I had caught like two giant trevallies, and I like needed to catch way more. So I don't think I kept that one. I think I sold it because I was being dumb. But I went through this whole like, oh yeah, real life spot hours. Um, and this was me trying to do some funny things. That's fun. Um, there's me getting S rank, more things. What a dumb outfit. There's Marshall. Wanted to get a smug villager because I wanted to try to get more recipes. Here's me doing things. Here's another fishing tourney. Okay, here you go. You can see I have a friend over. That's how we got points. So the first fishing tourney, yikes. The first bug tourney, I don't know. I think it would have happened by now, maybe, or maybe I didn't take pictures, or maybe it's soon. But basically, like you get more points if you catch more things, and if your friends are there and they catch things, then it's even better. So I had friends for both of them. I think the first fishing tourney I did solo, and then the first bug, and then next fishing tourney I had friends, so they went through like in a day, and it was like 2-3 hours, and I was a casting legend. Um, it's me. Yeah, oh yeah, so funny, so funny. Just burn that Overwatch joke into the ground. Legendary pal. That's great. Um, there you go. There's Gullivar for the first time. There's a scorpion. That was just a thing I took a picture of. There's the smirk, classic. There you go. Make it a bridge. See, it's getting even closer. There's Blair. Got Blair. Aurora went. I was sad about it, but I like Blair. See, there you go. This was me. I think I was duplicating still, maybe. I don't know what I was doing. I think that's what I was. I think that was always my plan. There's Filbert on the Friends Island. There's some redemption for that. The Napoleon fish. I had not caught one in a long time, and then my friends went to the fishing tourney on my island. They just kept getting them. And I'm like, how are you getting these? I don't have any. It's a pain. I was not very impressed. There's the skeleton band. So I finally moved that over here because I had that little tiny area to the side. There's one. Okay, Marshall's photo. There you go. There. That's all my ones. So yeah, I think it was maybe around this point when I started to like consider doing more. Because again, I never planned to do everything because I was like, oh, I'm not making all the models. You're telling me I have to catch 4 of each fish if I want to get one to the museum and then make a model? There's no way. I'm not doing that. Um, but then I decided to do it for some reason because I'm crazy. So I still have the skeletons there. Oh, that was just like an area where I would like leave items for people to catalog. And then that was a bunch of bugs that I dropped outside because I think my storage was still like full or something. Or no, this was my model storage. That's right. This would have been when I was trying to lock in. Yeah, I just said lock in a serious way. Um, so yeah, but I don't have my second character yet. Okay, so we're still in the inefficiency phase. I'm still just playing and trying to get things done. When I have a second character, that's when things get kicked up a notch. Okay? So I don't know when we're gonna tell like there you go. Oh, okay, here we go. That's Finn Island. That's another rare island, and it's only in the summer. That's where you get a bunch of sharks, as you can see by my inventory there and there. Um, I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like okay. There's a bunch of money. I'm just selling those sharks. There's Flick just in the distance, and I got lots of the flowers. My golden roses might be good at this point. I have a lot of them at the very least. And there I don't have my white chair yet. And I still have more. Oh my gosh, I just filled my island with all the bugs and stuff. Wait, I started this that long ago and I never finished it? Oh, that's not good. That is that's rough. Okay. Please close the window. Great. I think that was the first time I finally got him because I oh wait, you can see that there's a second house. Shoot, he's still there. Where there's a tent. There's a tent. Still a tent. Okay, there's no tent. So there you go, September. So September I made my second character, and this is where I started to really dig in and understand the game. Um I basically found every way I could to manipulate it so that I could get more items quicker because I was like, yes, I want to complete this game now. So that's why my island is just littered with bugs and fish everywhere. So that I could, okay, I just skipped, I stopped taking pictures for like a month there. Jeez, it was already my birthday. Um, so yeah, I basically, the first arc was like, I was like, it's the discovery era, it's the fun era, I'm just playing the game for fun. And then, throughout the summer, that's when I'm like, you know what, I actually want to try to do everything here. I'm looking things up, I'm figuring it out. That's when I made a second character. So I caught 3 of every fish I could or every bug so I could make the model. And then I just dropped them outside so that I could pick them up whenever one of the like CJ or Flick was here, and then my other character could pick them up and also make one. And then I started doing the same stuff with Sahara and Gulliver and Gullivar, and like I found ways for each thing. Like Gulliver will give you a new item. Sorry, let me rephrase that so it makes more sense. He gives furniture items and he gives clothing items, and he will give a new one that you've not seen before you get repeats. So if I took all the Gulliver items I had on my grand character, dropped them, cataloged them on my second character, then when I went to see Gulliver, he would send me something that now obviously it could double up, but he would give me a new one, and then I would get 2 new things. And then that's what helped me get all of the colors quicker. Because like the sombrero, the geisha wig, those both have like lots of different colors. So that's how I got all the Gulliver items quicker because I could have just done it on one character and it would have taken like double the time. Same thing with Sahara. When you do a trade, with the tickets, you're guaranteed to get a new unique item. So same thing. You catalog all the walls, all the floors. You do the trade. You drop the thing, switch characters, pick it up, do a trade, get a new thing, drop it, pick it up on your other character, right? So the same thing. So Gullivar, Sahara, just doing all that with them to get their items quicker. And then for the models, which again, there's 80 bugs and 80 fish. So if I was to just do that legitimately on one character, and I don't know why I said legitimately, because it's still legit. I still did it. It's still fine. But if I did that on one character, that would take like a year and a half. Over a year and a half. That's crazy. And I'd already wasted like 3 months not getting them all. So, yeah. And then there was a whole like Celeste arc. There was like this There's this Medionook website that someone made, and I can't remember their name. But like Medionook's the site, so credit to them. Chad Move, but basically like it allowed you to determine your seed, your island seed, which allowed you to determine your weather, determine your meteor showers, when the stars would even appear on certain nights, your weather pattern. And that was very helpful because like when I was watering flowers and stuff, I would be like, ooh, which hour do I want to load the game to make sure it gets rained and I don't have to water things. Like, oh, is it raining today? At what time? Can I get that time? Good. And then it allowed me to find Celeste because, you know, Celeste would show up on your island on one night where there are stars. So she could show up. There could be multiple nights if there's multiple star nights in a week. And then it also helped with friends and getting recipes. So that was another thing. Then there's Wisp. Then there's like the first Halloween. There's my birthday. There's Halloween. There's Skull Wall. There you go. That's coming along. The island's looking pretty like my island right now at this point. And then we got cooking recipes. Yes, they added that with Turkey Day in the first year, right? Okay. I did that in 2020? I got those bricks in year 1? Man, I forget how many things I did to begin with. So yeah, this is like getting very close to what my island looks like now because I did this purple brick, purple grass, spooky Halloween vibe thing. So that's at that point. That's already a Toy Day card. That's December. So I didn't take any Turkey Day pictures. So that's funny. But yeah, like the first year, they were just doing like incremental updates, right? So like they introduced red in one, and then they introduced diving, and then there's the wedding thing, and then they did like the raffle and fireworks show. Then they did Halloween. Then they did Turkey Day. Then they did like Toy Day. Here you go. This is me getting a stringfish. Now the stringfish is a funny thing, and I need to actually confirm this one because this changed the trajectory of my experience. Okay, I don't know why I googled what I did. That's definitely not what I wanted to Google. Okay, stringfish. I need to say this because it always bothered me. In Animal Crossing, this fish was available from December to February, 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. Great. Wild World, same thing, December to February, 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. City Folk, December to February, 4 p.m., 9 a.m. You see a trend here. You see a pattern. Pattern makes sense, right? In New Leaf, 4 p.m. to 9 a.m., December to February. Wow. Always in the river. Great. Pocket Camp. Doesn't count. Doesn't matter. Whatever. New Horizons, December to March, 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. And I don't know why they did this. I don't know if it's because when the game released, like the game released in March. So I don't know if that has anything to do with this. But I was not, like I said, I was not looking anything up when I started playing the game. I was going in blind. I was not looking stuff up. I did not know that they changed the stringfish because I was like, the stringfish. I got to catch that, but it's not going to be available until next year. I got to wait till the winter to get it. Wrong. That's right. That was the last fish I caught. I think I would have been able to get the golden fishing rod like much earlier, or at least considerably earlier, if I had known that they changed that. And I was always annoyed, and I have to rant about it now because I was still very annoyed about it. But there you go. December 4th, I finished the museum. Then I got Peanut, golden fishing rod, Pango left. Don't know why we have that, but we're going to delete it. Oh, it's because I hit 300k probably. Oops. There you go. That's me getting the last bug, December 11th. That one I had to wait for because the dung beetle was a December to February bug, I think. There you go. Snowboy arc. Have to learn how to make the perfect Snowboy. Finishing the bug collection. There's my golden net. And I'm in the golden rose thing. It's all snowy. Oh, I just got reminded of a thing that I can't miss talking about. This, recipes from balloons. This was the worst part. It has been so long since I've had to farm balloons for recipes that it'd been left out of my mind. Because I keep thinking of the awful things that I had to do to actually like to get to the end and where I am now. But there was rough stuff all the way throughout the game, and the balloons have to be one of them. It'd be like, here's a 1 week window. There you have to get all these mushroom items, and it's like, oh, but then there's also all these like fall items that are like the week before, but then also overlap. So it's like, if you want to be super efficient, then you got to get all the fall ones during the fall one, so that when it's the mushroom one, you get the mushroom one. But even then, there's still like a small chance that you can get a duplicate one. So yeah, there's a whole balloon farming thing, and I don't want to get into the details, but it's like there's certain minutes where they can spawn, but it's not guaranteed they spawn. I like would always try to be outside when they'd happen. I'd be watching the clock, and I would have streams where I would just go for like an hour and a half, and half the time I wouldn't be doing anything. I'd just be waiting for balloons in hopes that I would get a wall or recipe or something. So yeah, that was another fun arc. And there was multiple of those. Like, there's the cherry blossoms and there's the summer recipes. Those were pretty those weren't too bad. I think there was less items. But like, yeah, the fall one and then the mushroom one and then the Toy Day stuff. There's a lot. There's a lot. There you go. That's me decorating for the holidays, for the winter. There's them with their little Santa hats. It's cute. There's lobster. Because yes, I still had to like go through all the diving things and get them. Here's me doing New Year's dancing. Had to try to get all the New Year's hats I could. That happened later. It worked out. It's fine. There's the photo. There's me getting stuff. Sea pig. That thing was a pain to get. I remember that took forever. There's some Aurora Borealis. There's me playing Captain Toad Treasure Trek. Don't mind that. There's a spider crab. Got a lot of those. That was great. There you go. There's me completing the diving collection. That's already in March. There's Bunny showing up in my campsite. That was exciting. Bunny's another one of my favorites. They're longtime favorites, rather. There's more Captain Toad. Don't mind that. Here's me doing some things with the things. What am I doing? I don't know. There's the Sanrio characters, so that's when I would have got my cards. This is when they're like, yeah, we'll make amiibo cards again, don't worry. I don't know why I was doing this. There's Robo Hero Man. I guess that was the first time I crafted him? Or no. Second time I crafted him. Because I would like grab the communicator parts, because I would like talk to Gulliver on my second character and then not do anything. It's more Captain Toad. There's some Pokemon Unite. Look at me winning Pokemon Unite. Don't mind me. And it's okay. I don't have anything that bad on my Switch. You're not going to see anything. This is a funny moment when I accidentally had eaten a fruit because I was moving some stuff around and I forgot. I think the next day I like saved, and then I loaded the next day and I forgot I still had stamina and I accidentally broke a rock. Yeah, it was great. I had to like block up my island again and and move the rock there. It was awful. This is already October 2021, and you can see I'm already near the top of my list. So the photos are going to be less telling of what's actually happening in game. But basically, like every single event that happened in like the real time event things, those, I don't know why I said real time, real life. Also, wow, I had 500,000 Nook miles. Was I close to like 700 at one point? Because I used a lot of them. I am rambling, which is what I expected to do, but it's been a long time since I've rambled this much on a stream, and usually it like kills my throat afterwards, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so yeah, the picture's gonna be less telling of what actually happened. So let me do a quick little search on the update history here, just to see if there's anything I missed. So that first update was on launch, which like gave Bunny Day probably. And then they changed some Bunny Day stuff maybe. Then there's a free April update that added Leaf and Red, which gave us art, which upgraded the museum. Then they added diving in the summer. And then there's another summer, which there was the fireworks stuff, like I said, and they did dream stuff then. That's when the invisible sumo ring was there. That was funny. They added Halloween and pumpkins, so you could grow pumpkins and all that stuff. Then the winter update, that was Turkey Day and Toy Day. And you could upgrade your storage at that point. And they added new redemption stuff. Oh, they had, like, more haircuts, I guess. New recipes. When did they add crops? It wasn't then. Okay. I've already like blown past 2021. I guess I didn't take any festival like pictures. Um but yeah, so like I had all these like big things where I put in to collect everything. So like throughout the first year, I always went diving, and like some days I would like dive for like 5 minutes. Other days I dive for like 45 minutes trying to get a scallop so I could get all the mermaid stuff. That took a lot of work. Um, Halloween wasn't too bad. That was pretty easy. Turkey Day was pretty easy. I think Toy Day was pretty easy too, and I think I even did it on like my second character as well, even though I didn't really need to. Um, yeah, like all the events were really easy to get all this stuff in, except Festival. That just took like 2.5, 3 hours. But I got everything in every color. I got 5 of every item, and so it's not that bad. And now I could easily just customize them color wise. So if I really wanted to, I would have got more in like February or March, whenever it happened this year, and I could have got more. But I don't care, so we're good. So yeah, that was that. And then there's all like the seasonal items that you could order from Nook Shopping. So I got all those, and I bought a bunch of them. I got extras, so many. Some of them I bought so many. It was great. Um, so yeah, Festival was in. It was added end of January 2021, and it probably would have happened in February. Then they had their Mario crossover. That was a thing. And then in March they gave some pro editor stuff, and they added the Sanrio characters. And then April they updated some of the events. That's about it. Free update in July. They updated a couple things. This one really did not do much. It was a very small update. They added the cucumber horse though, and the more raffle items. And yeah, it's very confusing because like they added just small things. Like there'd be like events that happened and I had everything in, and then they'd like add a couple things to it, and then I'd have to go and like farm more balloons to get it again, which was, a pain. Um, but yeah, I guess I was trying to work on fulfilling requests because that took a long time. Because you could see I had 150 there, and I probably didn't start doing many again until like earlier that year. Um, oops, I'm going the wrong way. So there's my little bunny thing. Okay, now this is where I'm taking funny pictures with Oh, there's Brewster. So I've already spoiled it. uh, I love this kind of stuff. Okay, so basically up until the point, like the 2.0 point, I think I had almost everything. I was very close to being done when they did 2.0. I think I did all my trades for the Nook Stop items because at the time there was no way I could get any more. I'd spoken to all my friends to try to get this because my whole thing was I would only work with friends to get things. I wouldn't want to go online just to get items because that's not fair. That's not in the spirit of my challenge of completing things. So I just lost my train of thought. Um, so yeah, I basically exhausted it. I was like looking into the Nook Stop things because basically there's groups of items and they have different colors in those groups, and your airport color determines one, but the rest are random, and one of them has like 7 groups, and I did not have 7 friends that played the game, so there was no chance. And even then I had doubles up between my friends, so I got everything I could from my friends, and then I just started making trades on like Nookazon to get the rest of them. And I only traded for the Nook Stop items. Then they added 2.0, which changed everything. They added so many things. They added like just so much stuff. They added Brewster, they added Gyroids, they added Captain's Boat Tours, all the Vine stuff. You can upgrade Harv's Island to get extra stuff. All the people got new stuff. There's 2.0 exclusive walls and floors and rugs. and clothing, all that stuff. All the amiibos, um, like more hair color stuff, more redemption items for Nookstop, more reactions, more messages. You can expand your storage more, and they did the DLC as well. And then they had a couple random things, but that's basically like it. This was the last major update to the game. They did a couple other things after it, but this is the one that changed everything. I was so close to being done, and they're like, "Yeah, let's add like crops." Are there crops here, or did they do the crops before? I honestly cannot remember. I'm gonna like, what is it? Carrot? Carrot's a cow, by the way. I don't want to. I want the carrot item. Carrot. New Horizons. Yeah, 2.0. So they added like cooking recipes, cooking ingredients, all sorts of stuff. So this is like, it was like a whole new game at this point. And I think I had most of the stuff because I found one friend from streaming that was also cataloging everything, and then we just started cataloging it together. I didn't address that so far in the stream, but basically like we would spend ages being like, okay, I've ordered all these items for you. They're all on my island. And then you go and pick them all up, drop them, you just catalog them, get them. It's good. So I did a lot of that. And that was basically what got me everything that I needed up until the end. I think I had all the main, like the regular furniture, and I think I had the regular clothing at that point. I don't think I've missed much yet. It's possible I'm missing things. But like, you know, I addressed all the special characters. So I had my strategies with my second character for getting them. And when it came to cataloging, I would use like my friends' islands if they had it, or I'd catalog from them, or I'd go there and buy them, or I'd like just travel there and check it out to see if I had anything. I'd buy the walls. Like I would basically use everything I could to try to get everything I could, right? I'd go to the Nook's Cranny and buy my walls and floors if I needed to. I'd check out Kix, who never visited me. Kix was a big problem for me, honestly. So then they added 2.0. Now 2.0, things changed. You know, I got Brewster, started doing the DLC. That was like, yeah, I waited to do the DLC until like a month in, because Eloise, where's Eloise? I thought she was the first one. I don't know. Either way, I started the DLC a couple weeks after it came out. So you can see there's a bunch of like just like house design pictures here. So we're gonna get less from the pictures now, because a lot of these are just me taking. But here you go, look, Penguin Kitchen, isn't that great? Some of these are funny, some aren't. There's me just chilling. There's me opening everything up. That's you know, December 5th. There you go. There's me getting a wig off stream probably, or at a friend's house or something. I don't know. Wall. There's me catching a tuna. More Northern Lights. I'm trying to get a better idea of what's happening here. This is 2022 now. There's me playing Pikmin 3. Okay, so there's Castmaster. So I think, oh, that's right. Okay, I figured it out. So back when I showed the request thing, that's when I was like starting to really focus on the Nook Mile challenges. So there was a long period of time where I would stream for like an hour or two, and I was just strictly working on challenges. Because it's like, oh, craft 3,000 of these, or do this, or craft 3,000 tools, and then catch 5,000 fish, catch 5,000 bugs, do Castmaster. So I think like mid 2021, I was like, yeah, we're gonna really work on these. So I think I basically got all of the challenges done, or most of them done, or I was basically done them. Oh no, that's right. I was basically done, I think. And when they released 2.0, I had like one or two left. So I was like, let me focus on these, and then I'll do the DLC, and let me get like the other stuff going. So like, I was getting gyroids. I was like logging on when it was raining again, because if you play while it's raining, then the next day there'll be 2 gyroids dug up. To dig up, sorry. I meant to say buried. So yeah, I was working on that stuff. And then I was doing other stuff with my second character to get things. And then, getting items. Here's me getting max rank in May. That was a thing I wanted to do that took a while. So I like, there's a bunch of different things. There's a calculator online if you want to figure out your rank and your points, and it's like X amount of days you get points up to a certain level. Doing requests gets it. Using all the different tiles gets it. Blah 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 blah. So I got enough points to be max rank, which gets you like lots of money, or pokey when you do a request. Which I just wanted because I should be max rank. That makes sense. Here is May 31st, completing the museum. There's another arc there that I will get into, the Rockhead arc, I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure the Rockhead is the last thing I got. And it's funny because I have so many in my storage, right? Like I have so many Rockheads because I would just only get the fake ones. Every time I'd be like, oh my gosh, is this the one? And then I wouldn't be able to tell, and I'd have to look it up. And I would look at the picture, and I would just actually look extra hard and hope that it would somehow make it right, but it was never right. So eventually I got it. And that was great. I would like look for them on Friends Islands too. This was a little mini thing that I tried to go on where I was trying to get all these items. Here's me playing Metroid. Is this Dread? I think that was Dread. Here's me in video. But there you go. You can see I have another character there. So I don't know if I can capture when I got my extra characters. So yeah, basically, after 2.0 came out, yeah, there's a lot of things missing here. So 2.0 came out, and they added Cyrus to Harv's Island, which allowed you to basically customize any furniture. Now, before then, your Nook's Cranny on your island would have a specific color variant set. And a lot of furniture items only have 8 different colors or variants. So out of those 8, your store would only ever have 1. And Red would, he'd show up and he'd have like 2 furniture slots, and those would have variants that you could get from other islands. It'd be basically non-native variant furniture items. I love saying long, lengthy strings of words like that. That makes sense if you're thinking about it, but otherwise you're like, well, what are you talking about? So it was awful to get all the furniture before. That's why I was always working with friends. Then in 2.0, they kind of fixed that, and they said, here you go. You can just customize them. So basically, I did the DLC. I would pick out like people. I would look on the wiki and look at people and be like, who has this item? Because if you go to a wiki page for items, it'd be like, so-and-so villagers have this in their house in the Happy Home Academy or Paradise or whatever it's called. So you do those, and then you'd unlock it in your catalog, and then you could order it with Pokey, and then once you order it, you customize it. So I basically order like 5 things with Pokey, and then I would, if I could catalog them from a friend, then I pick them up, and then I order them, then I customize them, and then I would like, customize things for like half an hour every day until I got basically all the regular furniture. Then it got to a point where I was really low on what I needed. And you can see there's items here. And I was trying this tactic where I was like, oh, can I use these like... You could do like a little flea market-esque thing where like if you visit someone's house and they invite you in, you could try to like buy stuff. But they don't let you like buy everything. So I tried to put sloppy furniture in there to see if I could buy it because that was a problem. All the recycling bin items were a big problem because A, I stopped checking my recycling bin early on because I forgot about it and that I needed things from it. Because there was some of the stuff I didn't have that was originally in it, but then they added more recycling bin items in 2.0. So that was a bit of a missed opportunity. But even then, they were hard to get. And based on the rules I had made originally, I needed to get 8 of all the sloppy things to have all the colors. This is where I really was like relying on friends to help. I had a couple friends that I had check their islands and keep their bin clean so I could get them. But this was another idea I had where I would like put all these items I need in them to see if I could like make them get rid of them and put them in their recycling bin by gifting them things maybe or trying to buy them. But yeah, basically I had all these like clothing items I needed to get and stuff. And then I had like the apparel store. And then I did some funny things with the apparel store. Basically, another mechanic that I haven't mentioned yet is that when you give someone a gift, they give you certain things in return. And what they give you is based off of friendship. Basically, there's like friendship levels. It's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 and 6. And those different levels give you different things. So like they don't give you furniture until later, and they usually tend to give you new things, or they could randomly give you things. It's like sometimes they just give you wallpaper or flooring, and you're like, great, thanks, I don't need this. Other times they give you furniture. Other times they give you clothing. And there's really weird things. And it's like they can only give you certain clothing items. They can't be worth more than 5,000 bells. So if you look here, there's a tough helmet. It's the one with the horns. That one is too expensive for people to gift you. And a lot of these are kicks items as well. And then there's like the apron that I needed to get. I never got the apron for the longest time. Um, and then yeah, so the problem is that you need friendship, and then they give them. And I discovered this a long time ago, I think, but I didn't use it. I used it, but I didn't use it fully. And it was like weird because like they had to be in season sometimes. Like I would get like in the summer I gifted things and then I would not get any new ones. And then I waited until the winter and then I'd gift again and I'd start getting all the winter stuff like the sweaters and hats and all that. So that's how I like filled out a lot of my clothing. And then it was basically near the end and I couldn't get the rest from gifting. One of them was like a female associated item, and you can't get those items as gifts unless you are a female. So I could have made a female character and like worked up friendship to like max level-ish with someone, which would have taken weeks, and then maybe it would have worked, but I just didn't bother, and maybe I should have in hindsight. But I basically went to the clothing store, I picked the items I needed, I only put the mannequins out for the ones I would need, and then I picked the theme that hit the most items, and then I just kept checking it every day. I'm also missing the cooking arc, cooking recipe arc. On the DLC island, you can make a restaurant, you can go there every day, and you can get a cooking recipe for free. So that's what I did, and eventually I got it, and it worked out, and there weren't that many, so it was fine. These checkered school pants took forever to get. And this right here, that's getting to another arc. You can see all these random characters that I have. Who are they? Why are they here? Why do they keep having flower recipes? Why do they have funny names? Here's the cafe uniform dress. That's the one I'm talking about. Showed up on my birthday. Happy birthday, me. Also, I had to get like the Paradise tees. Like it's like all these like KK DJ KK like shirts and Paradise shirts that like were a pain to get. Then there's all the mom's items. Then there's all the birthday items. And here we go. We're in the next awful arc. Everything I said before was awful, or rough, or tough. This is where things really got bad. But here you go. You can see where I made all my extra characters because I only had one or two or three at some point. I don't remember. Okay. I think at this point in the game, I basically had almost all the recipes. I think I was down to like 20 recipes left. I think I had all the cooking recipes. I had all the furniture ordered and customized, so that part, normal furniture, was good. I needed recycling bin items, which I really couldn't influence aside from getting my friends to check as well, so I'd have 3 recycling bins to work with. So that was one. Then there's the mom's items, and then there's the birthday items. And I had gone through 3 birthdays at this point, I think, or I'd gone through 2, and I didn't get new stuff. And I was like, what? What's happening? So I was very worried, and it didn't work out very well. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. So I made characters. And I kept making characters until I had 8. This is this the birthday arc? Yeah, it's like December. Oh, that's right. I started this in December. Oh, it's all coming back now. One moment. One moment. I made a spreadsheet. Yeah, I made a spreadsheet to track the nonsense that I went through. Is that the right one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I started this in like December. Um so let me check one other thing online real quick, sorry. Yep. That's where that happened. Okay, so that one we're gonna get to in a bit. So I had nearly all the recipes. I had the regular furniture. I had basically all the clothing. I needed recipes. I needed the birthday stuff. I needed the mom stuff. I needed the recycling bin stuff. So what did I do next? I made just a bunch of characters, and then I would have their birthday, and then I would remake the character for their birthday to be the next day. And I just did that, and I would do like multiple days. I think there was some days where I would have like 4 birthdays in a row, and I did this. Sorry, I have the spreadsheet. I should actually get the stats here for you. Yeah, basically every day I did, for the first like few days I did like one, but then for a fairly consistent amount of time, I did 2 birthdays every day for 2 months. By the end of it, I needed the hat. I kept getting like walls, signs. I have so many birthday items. The problem were the shades and the hats, because there's 4 shades and 3 hats, and I had not gotten like enough of them by the time like I was at this point. So I kept making them every day. I do this, and it still wouldn't work. It was awful. It's terrible. It was bad. It took so much time, and it's such a lot, like so much work. Remaking, deleting, getting through the little setup, landing, all that stuff, saving. Took forever. Okay? I did this for 2 months before I finally broke, and I found a new strategy. That was to basically load the game, go to the birthday party, get the item, and if it wasn't the one I needed, just close the game. And then I could restart it on that character. I didn't have, like, it wouldn't save. Basically, you do it so quick it doesn't auto save, and then you just close it, and then you do it again. And I think I did that like 30 or 50 times on the day that I found that strat, and then I finally got the hat. So that sucked. I'm just saying that was awful. Birthday arc was terrible. Here's an Iron Ladder setup kit. That was fun. Um, so yeah, that was one thing I did with all my characters. Then I got, some more stuff. That was great. Oh, is this? Oh, this would have been the last recipe. It was the Golden Ladder setup kit, right? Yeah, and that's 2023, by the way. Birthday arc 2023. Wait. Yeah, 20. Okay, good. We're still good. When was I looking for recipes then? When was this? We already had this character then, too. Okay, I think sometime mid-2023 or mid to late 2022, sorry, I made extra characters. Then I had like a bunch. And, oh, that's right. Okay, no, this makes sense. I made all these characters, and then I put all their birthdays here. And I think I either had like a couple extra characters that I would check for recipes, and then I went up to 8, and then I got all the mom's items I could from there. No, wait, what am I talking about? There was a weird thing where I wasn't deleting characters until the month went so that I would get the mom's items. Yeah, I don't know. This is where things just get like way too much. Because there was a point where I had 8 characters, and I would log on every day with 8 characters, and this is when that stopped. March 10th is when that stopped, and I was finally free from that. So I think it was going for like months, like, or a year or something, where I would basically go on every day. I'd look for the recipe, and then they introduced a thing. By the way, where's this? This is Pikmin 3, right? I went too far down. They introduced a thing in 2.4. 2.4 they updated and they introduced all the Zodiac figurines, which you could only get during the year that's their Zodiac animal thing, or the other time you can get these is you get a bad purification from Katrina. So like every day there's a chance that you get bad luck, and then if you get bad luck you can purify it, and then if you purify it there is a chance that you could get just a generic item, or you could get a Zodiac figurine. So basically there was a period of time, this is when things were the worst. It was around the birthday time, I think. It would have been like either right after or was during a bit. But I would go, I'd log on, I'd check for the recipe bottle, I'd fly to Harv's, I'd get a fortune. It would be good, it would be bad. If it was bad, I'd hope I got the figurine, blah, 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 blah. It took me ages. That was like an hour every day. Just like, loading the character, doing the check, flying, blah, blah, blah. It was awful. It was so much work. But then I got all the Zodiac things. And then eventually I got all the recipes. And then I got this stupid dress, which took forever. And then I finally got all the birthday stuff. And then it was like, okay, I have all the recipes. I have all the Zodiac things. Now I just need, I don't know if I still needed the mom's items at that point. I either needed just like the mom's items, the recycling bin, and then there was still like a couple Sahara and Kicks items. Now there's some stupid things because like there was a rug that I forgot was in 1.0, or like not 1.0, but it was in the base before DLC, the colorful vinyl sheet. I have video proof that I saw it at Harv's in May of 2022, but I forgot to buy it because I forgot I needed it. And then I never saw it again. So I got that from a friend. Because basically, yeah, I had a couple friends checking not only their cycling bin, but I also had them checking Kicks and Sahara for me as well. Here's me playing Tears of the Kingdom. Way better than Breath of the Wild, by the way. Here's me playing Pikmin 4. Great game, by the way. I don't know why I'm doing this. So yeah, that's like basically it for my screenshots. Right, there's Cephalbot's photo. Here's, I don't know why I took this picture. There's Luigi's Mansion 3. So yeah, like for the past while it was I'm still in game. I've just been in game, standing here for like an hour and a half. So yeah, like I got all the recipes, then I needed the mom's items, and I got them all because I had my characters. I had so many characters and I got them, and it worked out. I was so happy that it worked out because I was like, what if I don't get the ones that I need? But it worked, and I got the ones that I needed. I got them all in 2022, actually, so yeah, I think I was waiting to get them, and then I got them, and it worked out. Because, yeah, I was like, oh, shoot, it's not going to work if I don't. So I was like, yeah, I have to make 8 characters to get these items. I'm like, oh, well, I might as well use these to get recipes so I can actually get them all. Getting all the recipes, terrible. The fact that I loaded the game on 8 characters for months before I got them all. That just shows how much RNG there is, and it's terrible. And that was a pain. What have I even been doing in game for the past while? Basically, I was just waiting for like the last recycling bin items, and then I got the recycling bin items. And once I got that, I stopped doing, I think that would have been like September last year, maybe sometime around there. I don't know. But once I got the last one of those, I no longer had to check every day. So I didn't stream on weekends. And then I just loaded the game every weekday to see if someone was here, or on Mondays I'd go to Harv's and check it out. So yeah, there was like the just playing the game for fun. Then there's like, oh, actually, I want to complete this. Let me try to get all the visitor stuff. Let me do all the events that happen. All right, that was the next arc. Then there was like a Nook Mile, and then there was all the flower arc. And then there was like the museum arc with the rock head and all that stuff. And catching all the bugs and stuff and fish. And then there was a Nook Mile arc where for, hours each day or an hour at least each day, I would just do random challenges. Then I had to do Cast Master, which was a pain. Then they added the DLC, so I had my like DLC arcs, and I had all the 2.0 stuff. And there was my like furniture customizing arc. Then there was all the extra stuff in there. Then I have my recipe one, the birthday one, the fortune one. And then we had like just kind of, once we got all that stuff, it was just kind of waiting. It was waiting, and I was really hoping I would have everything done by like March this year, so I could be like, oh yeah, 4th anniversary. Now I'm gonna wrap it up. Except I didn't have everything. And then I had everything, but I had to get it from a friend, and I had to wait to get it. So then I was like, you know what? Let's finish my island. So then the last kind of arc that I've done, I don't think I've really missed much. There's also all the posters. I scanned all the posters that I got from the cards because I bought a bunch of amiibo cards and I opened them on videos. Those are on my channel if you want to look at them. I don't remember how many I bought at this point. I don't want to think about it, but it's all there. So I scanned all those for fun. And yeah, then the last little arc, which it's already been a month. It was like March 26th or 27th that I started like playing again a bunch. And it was just me working on my island and finishing it up. So I changed my house up a little bit. I decorated my second character's house entirely. I got rid of my 4th character because I got rid of the other 4. So now I have 3. I decorated the 3rd character's house. I changed up the exterior of the island. It's a lot of stuff. But I got it done and I'm happy. You know, I'm pretty happy with my island now. Everything's clean. I uploaded my dream code. Let me take a screenshot of that just so that I can put that up. So yeah, it's been crazy. Going through the photos took some time, but I think it was good because those early island pictures really made me remember certain things. So yeah, like I think I've kind of addressed all the major periods of time and all the things I had to do. I think it was pretty crazy that I decided to do this because it's nuts. I don't know. It feels like it's not intended to be done. If you look at like the speedrun.com listing for the game, it doesn't have a full catalog, and it's also because they don't show you the full catalog in game. And when I say they don't show it, I mean they don't validate it. In the previous games, you know, it would like tell you the items and how many you have and whether you have them all, that kind of stuff. So this game doesn't do that, and some items don't show up in the catalog, which might be part of it, or they just don't show up. I don't know why. I wish they would at least confirm it. Also, I worked on all this, redoing the island, which was pretty fun. I enjoyed doing all this stuff, having all these things out with these new items that display them so much better. It was fun. Little butterfly garden. This is all good stuff. I'm very happy with where my island has ended up. And then we get all the gradient garden. I don't know when I did this, but this was a fun way for me to display all my fruits and flowers. And I changed the orchard. I didn't address that, but I had fruits in like all 4 sections, but then I moved the fruits throughout the top 2 sections so I could put all the golden flowers down there. And then when they did Halloween, I added the pumpkins. And in 2.0, I moved some stuff out of the way here to get this, and then I did all this. So yeah, I mean, you can see that my island took its main shape very early on. Just added to it over time. So yeah, I don't know if there's really much else for me to say. That was an hour and a half, so that kind of hits most of the boxes. Kind of talks about the experience. There's some long periods of time where I streamed doing very monotonous, tedious things for hours until I finally got the luck I needed to get the item. The recipes one was such a relief because I was like, wait, I don't have to load the game on 8 characters every day anymore? I don't have to spend this much time on my life every day? That was great. The last year has been very chill because I've basically just gone on for like a minute or 2, unless it was a Monday. That was nice, right? Like you just show up, I'm like, oh, there's nothing going on here. Okay, bye, see you tomorrow. Obviously, it would have been nicer if I was just done and I didn't have to do it, but like compared to what I was doing before, it's nothing. Easy peasy, right? So yeah, that's really about it. I love the game. I know, like, you know, some people were like, oh, this game was released unfinished and it was abandoned early, and I don't know if I really agree with the unfinished thing. I think it was fine that they added things and updates throughout the year. I don't think it was a bad thing. It's like they were tied to real-time events anyways, and that's the real way to play. But I wish they added more to the game. I don't know, I do but I don't. I feel like they stopped supporting the game with updates earlier than they could have. I feel like they could have kept going after 2.0. But at the same time, it was like, oh, do I really want them to add more stuff and add to my suffering? So, I don't know. I feel like it was a little quick, But the game's great. Being able to customize the exterior of your island is insane. I mean, you could kind of do it in New Leaf, but you couldn't terraform. So terraforming was huge, and placing furniture outside, huge. It was great. I think those functions were fun. I think it was a great game. A lot more people got into the series because of it. It got bigger than it ever had been, and that's probably why there was more negative stuff online. Because before it was fine, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying that, and it's not true, but it like quadrupled the player base or something. I don't know. It's like the second best selling Switch game of all time, which is nuts because the games didn't get that many sales before. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's it. I think I'm done. It's kind of crazy. Like, there's a couple days that like I had a migraine or something and I missed streaming because I legitimately thought I had streamed already, and then I didn't. And then I was like, oh no, I didn't stream yesterday. Oh my gosh. So there's like 2 or 3 days I missed streaming. But apart from that, and until I got all the recycling bin items, I played the game every day for 4 years, basically. Almost. I could say 4 years, but it's like 3.5, and I missed a couple days towards the end. But apart from that, yeah, I've been playing this game for like 4 years, every day, which is insane. And I have 1,120 hours. You know, no big deal. There's other games that I'm sure I have that much playtime in, but not many. So games been a big part of my life for the past 4 years. I've been a fan of the series since the GameCube one, so you know, it's like 20 years ish. I've known the game and loved the games, and it's gonna be weird to not have to stream. That's for sure. I will do some other streaming soon. I'm thinking of doing like a Dark Souls, like Soul Level 1 run. Thinking I'll do that maybe soon. I think I'll stream it. Kind of been thinking about that for a while. But that's not what you're here for. Animal Crossing fans don't care about Dark Souls, except me. I'm the one of the weird exceptions. So I guess the only other thing to say is I will probably, don't take my word for it, but I've done New Horizons. What if I was to do another Animal Crossing game? Now I've actually looked into this a little bit recently, because you know there's 4 other games to choose from. There's the original GameCube, there's Wild World, City Folk, and New Leaf. Now personally, I have the most nostalgia towards the first one. Wild World was huge because, you know, back in the day I couldn't always game on the GameCube. You know, like I was a child, so I can be like, parents, I need the TV to play Animal Crossing for hours on end. That's not how things work. But you know, when I had a DS, Wild World, I could play it more often. It was easier to get to. I was able to check it every day quickly. I could take it to school or something. So Wild World really changed things for me, and I really liked that it was portable. And then City Folk came out, and that was the one I played the least because again, it was like on the Wii TV situation, blah blah blah. And then New Leaf came out. So like New Leaf was probably, I played New Leaf the most next to this, I think. And I think I only had like 150 hours. And I say 130, 150 only, but yeah. So I'm trying to think like which one I should try to play next, and if I should do a similar thing where I try to complete it. I looked into the GameCube one, and Wild World, and City Folk, and they all have one especially awful item. It's called the post office model, I think, in the first game, and the other games they have something else similar. It might be the piggy bank, might not. It needs you to save 1 bill. What were they thinking? I honestly don't know. What were they thinking? Like, yes, our players will save 1 billion bells in their bank, and we'll give them a reward for it. That's nuts. So I don't know what I want to do about that. So, you know, knowing me, if I just like decide, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then I go into it, and then I get so deep that I'm like, I've already put all this time in. What's a little bit more time getting 1 billion bells? What's the big deal? So yeah, anyway, that's gonna be a fun time if I go and do that. So maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna take a break, obviously, from Animal Crossing. I'm kind of thinking like end of the year or next year, maybe I'll start. And not decided yet, but yeah, I'm thinking I will do the GameCube game. I'll start the GameCube Animal Crossing at the end of this year or early next year, and we'll see what happens there. Now, it's a lot easier for me to game the system there, because I can make multiple towns using multiple memory cards, and then I can do stuff like that. because there's a few items that like are single day events that you can only get like, you know, one thing per character, and there's like 9 of them, like the Groundhog Day thing, flowers, something like that. So yeah, you know, I'm already thinking about these things, already trying to map out what I would need to do for certain days. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm going to do next. So that'll be my next Animal Crossing project, or maybe it'll be my Animal Crossing Lego that I bought that I haven't built yet. Maybe I should do videos for that, or I don't know. So we're going to see, but this has been 4 years of my life, a little bit over 4 years. It's crazy still, and so much time put into it, but I think I'm one of the very few people, not that this is like a thing that people do, but I'm one of the very few people that have more or less legitimately got everything in the game. I don't count posters because those are scanned through cards, and I don't count photos because they don't show up in the catalog, and getting every single photo in the game would be torture. There were over 300 villagers. I have like 20 photos tops. That's insane. There's no way. I'm not doing that. I could have scanned all the special character cards I have at like at the DLC, and then I could have just saved their house immediately, and then the next day I would have got mailed their photo. But I don't want to do that. There's no point in doing it. Like, sure, I could have had all of the ones that I had, but it's not worth it. Those ones don't count for the catalog, so it doesn't count for me. I want to get done. So yeah, that's it. I've got all the catalogs filled out. I have all the unique items. I've got everything. I've done everything. I've got all the achievements. I got all the recipes. I've crafted. I've cooked everything. I've decorated my island adequately. Uploaded it. I've got all like the weird, unique, random items. Like everything. As far as I know, I have done everything in the game. Obviously, again, I haven't got all the posters, but I have like most of them. I did scan like 300 cards in like a 2-hour stream. It was awful. It was terrible. So much work. So painful. I went crazy. And then the photos, obviously. But yeah, like I don't know. It's so weird to think that I'm not going to be doing this anymore. It's just so like second nature at this point. But you know, this is my island. I love it. I love all my villagers. But I think we're just about good to say goodbye to it, because that's it. I don't really have much more to do. Well, I mean, again, I guess I've kind of reminisced about all the things I had to go through to get to this point. And I've made comments about it, but I obviously couldn't have got to this point without my friends. It would have taken me forever. Obviously, like, at this point, I have so many more sloppy items, and I don't even know if I would have enough for my rules to be done. But there's, like, some where I have, like, 4 sloppy sofas that are extra. So maybe I would have had enough of them at this point. But there's no way I would have had all the clothing. You know, Kix did not want to give me ski boots. That was awful. The back bow socks, those never showed up. I only got the colors. So, like, certain things, it would have been impossible. Or it would have taken me, like, 4 more years to get. Because, like, the ski boots and back bow socks, it was just one season. It would have been awful. Because I wouldn't have got them for ages. So, a big shout out and thank you to all my friends for getting me to this point. I wanted the challenge, like, part of me and, like, the whole, like, yes, I did all this stuff. I don't want to get things from friends, but it's just unrealistic to get otherwise. So if I, like, say, hey, I have, like, 2 friends and they're checking their islands for all this stuff every week, and, you know, it's not like I'm going online getting these items, and that's still, like, legitimate to me, but it's also, like, I don't know, there's not much else you can do. I would go and buy another Switch if I could. Right, sorry, let me rephrase that. I would have bought, like, a Switch Lite, is that what they're called? I hate them because you can't, like, dock them. I couldn't stream it. I couldn't stream it if you can't dock it. So I could have bought another Switch and be like, yes, take my word for it. But then I couldn't stream with it, so. And then I had to buy the game again because I bought it digitally. So it was just too much money to be worth it. But again, with the GameCube one, it's just memory cards. That's the easy stuff. So anyway, that's an hour and 40 minutes. I've rambled. I've reminisced. I've ranted. I have I don't know, I can't think of another word off the top of my head. But yeah, that's my Animal Crossing New Horizons journey. I was about to do the Reggie meme and say, well, that's all the time I have for today. I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. I love that meme, by the way. If you don't know it, just I don't know, search exactly what I said and you'll see the meme. It's great. I love it. Okay, I'm going to end the stream now because I think I'm going to just keep rambling about random things that come to mind if I don't. So, you know, for 4 years you've seen me come out of this door, and now you're going to see me go into the door for the last time. I don't know, it's kind of cheesy. It's very cheesy, actually, but we're going to do that. So, you know, maybe I'll be back soon. And when I say soon, maybe I'll be back in a bit with the GameCube Animal Crossing. That's what I'm considering doing next. So we'll see if and when that happens. But until then, I'll see you around. Thanks for showing up.